Hey arty friends! So to help celebrate World Watercolor Month, I thought I would do a series of fun little short prompts. Today's prompt is if you had to pick just one color from each brand, what would they be? So these are my favorite colors, but they don't necessarily reflect colors that I use the most, or even colors that I think are the most useful, or even colors that I would recommend to another artist. My top picks are for Daniel Smith, Amethyst Genuine, for Windsor Newton, Green Gold, for Majella, Marine Blue, for Holbein, Neutral Tint, and for Soho, Urban Blue Violet, and for M. Graham, Azo Yellow. And of course these aren't representative of every brand on the market. I just grabbed a few of my favorite brands and a few of my favorite colors. So the next thing I want to do is swatch them and talk about these beautiful colors with you guys. So I'm going to start with Daniel Smith Amethyst. I have a cup of clean water here. I really should be doing this on a nice cotton rag paper for you guys to really see how beautiful this is, but I'm being cheap and I'm using a cellulose paper. And what's cool about the Primatech stuff, especially with this amethyst, is first of all, it's made from real amethyst, so real semi-precious stones. It's got this just beautiful color to it. It's this really nice sort of muted purple, but, and I haven't even given this a chance to activate. If you work directly from the tube, you're going to get a stronger color, but I've misplaced my tubes for the time being. However, if you work from the pan, you can still get really nice results. After this dries, there's going to be a slight shimmer to it because it's ground quartz. So I think that's just absolutely beautiful. Is it useful in my everyday work? Not at all, but it's gorgeous. My runner-up, though, is Daniel Smith Naphthalide Maroon, and I do use this color pretty much all the time. I use it to shade Caucasian skin tones. I use it to shade African American skin tones or African skin tones. It's a beautiful color. So I do use it all the time. It's just not my current pick for my favorite because, you know, it just doesn't have that glitter. And I use this. This is in my Daily Driver palette. This is in my 7-inch Cara comic page palette. So this is a color I literally use all the time. And it's a really beautiful color as well. My next pick is, and this is not in order of, you know, favorite overall. This is just going through the different brands. My next pick is Majella Mission Gold Marine Blue. Now, I really love the Mission Gold colors. I have the 24 palette. I've reviewed that here on this channel. But the Marine Blue is really a beautiful, spectacular color that can actually be a little hard to use because, and I'll show you guys, it's kind of this beautiful pool green. And I actually used it for my BWI illustration in 2016. What I like about this color, though, is it's got a lot of range. In the fountain pen world, we'd call this shading. There's just a lot of range to this color, and it's beautiful. You guys are going to be able to see it better in a moment, but it's a gorgeous color, and it is a very intense color. So pretty much anything you use with it is going to end up being very influenced by that color. So, you know, it's a use with caution kind of color, but I love it. My next pick is going to be Windsor and Newton Green Gold. Now, I love green golds. I love olive greens. I love those sort of colors. And I love this color for floral painting. And it's a very bright, awake sort of spring green. And kind of like the Marine Blue, there's a lot of shading available. Let me see if I can get enough on the paper for you guys to tell. A lot of room for shading. Can go all the way to a kind of fluorescent yellow to a beautiful green gold. I love this color. I use this color pretty frequently. It's also in my Daily Driver palette. And it's a beautiful color. My camera's not doing it justice. It's picking it up as like very fluorescent yellow. It does get pretty fluorescent, but it's not quite that fluorescent. Next is the M. Graham Azo Yellow. And the reason I like this yellow is it's a perfect middle yellow. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. It's just a really, really, in my opinion, flexible yellow. It's finely milled, so you're not going to get a lot of granulation. I do like some granulation, but when I'm painting comic pages, sometimes the granulation doesn't work so well in color mixes. So if you're mixing colors, this Azo Yellow is really nice. And M. Graham is a honey-based watercolor. Then we've got Holbein Neutral Tint. Now I really like Holbein watercolors in general. Their Iridori line has some really beautiful colors, but I think Neutral Tint, which is a convenience color, so it's a pre-mixed color that you can very easily mix yourself, but I love their Neutral Tint. I also find that unlike Windsor Newton's Neutral Tint, it doesn't lift up super easily, so it can be used for underglazes as well, and it's just this beautiful, almost indigo color. Like a nice dark denim, and it's a beautiful color. So that is Holbein's Neutral Tint. And then finally for this, I have Soho Urban Blue Violet. Now Soho is kind of a bone of contention. This is Jerry's Artorama brand. It's very inexpensive watercolor. I like them. Not every color works out great, but they're cheap enough that I can figure out which ones will work. Urban Blue Violet, and this tube is a new tube, well, new-ish tube, so I've never activated it before. I usually use this dried in my Daily Driver palette. Urban Blue Violet is really neat. I am not a French ultramarine kind of gal. I am not a cerulean blue kind of gal. Urban Blue Violet, though, is just that, a blue violet. Having to jam my brush in to pick up some paint because it doesn't want to come out. But it's a really warm blue. There we go. A really, really warm blue that I think makes for some lovely skies. And my runner-up for Soho, and I'm actually out of it, is their Opera Rose, which is probably 110% not light fast at all, but it is a beautiful Opera Rose color. So if you are not painting for archival properties, if you're painting for scanning, if you're painting comics, if you're painting on a budget, the Soho watercolors aren't bad. Like I said, every color does have its own unique quirks. So these are how they look when they're mostly dry. I don't know if I can capture the beautiful shimmer that Amethyst has, but you guys can see it also has some really lovely sedimentation. And my friend Kabocha does some really beautiful stuff with the Daniel Smith Prima-Text, so I need to take a page from her book. You can also see the beautiful shading. I didn't get as much variation as I wanted because I did get some blowback on the marine blue, but you can see the beautiful color. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Same goes for olive green. And like I said, the yellow is just a nice middle of the road yellow. I find those hard to find sometimes. And then my phone is really having a hard time with some of these colors because some of these colors are just so beautiful and so intense that having them all on the page together is freaking my phone out. So you're just going to have to trust me, I guess, about how beautiful these colors are. So these are some of my favorite colors for each brand. Not necessarily the most usable colors. Some of them are my daily drivers, but some of them are just really beautiful colors that are really nice for special effects, or colors I'm just really digging right now. So for Daniel Smith, we have Amethyst Genuine, but I also highly recommend Naphthalide Maroon. For Majella, we have Marine Blue. For Windsor Newton, we have Green Gold. For M. Graham, we have Azo Yellow. For Holbein, we have neutral tint. And for Soho, we have urban blue violet. I hope I turned you guys on to maybe a new favorite color. And I hope you guys will stick around this channel and check out more World Watercolor Month goodies, tutorials, all sorts of stuff all month long here at my YouTube channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again really soon. Bye guys!